Is there anyone that makes sense that, might not be a perfect fit, but gives you because again, you don't need an elite guy. You need a guy that is going to, like you said, you got to go cover him so that it opens the floor for everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of names out there. Some of this is difficult right now because a lot of teams feel like they have a chance, right? Like Boston has shown flaws recently. Milwaukee has shown flaws recently. The Cavs as well. Phoenix, Golden State has taken a big, big tumble. So I think because you don't have that team that stands out above the rest, you have some of these other teams around the NBA saying, hey, we got a shot. Like, we don't have to become sellers. Just get us into the playoffs and let's see what happens. For the last couple of years, the name that has been linked to the Cavs and every other team around the NBA is Harrison Barnes of the Sacramento Kings. And I agree, he would be a really good fit for the Cavs. Number one, I don't think they have enough to get him. And number two, Sacramento is chasing a playoff spot. They haven't been to the playoffs in nearly 2 decades. And now they're right there in the thick of the playoff race in the Western Conference because of the way things have fallen. So I think you can eliminate him, not to mention the price tag would be too high for that kind of player. But I think you can look at Bojan Bogdanovic. The Pistons aren't going anywhere. Anybody really that is older, that has some experience from the Houston Rockets, Eric Gordon comes to mind there. Terrence Ross is a name from the Orlando Magic, but I've heard the Cavs have no interest in him. Jay Crowder is available from the Phoenix Suns, but I'm told that the Cavs don't want to experience that again. They had enough of that once already. Kelly Oubre Jr. of the Charlotte Hornets is a name to keep your eye on. But as I said, because the Cavs gave up what they did for Donovan Mitchell, there is not a first-round pick that they can offer any team around the time of the trade deadline. By rule, they cannot. They can try and change the protections on the pick, and they can try and work with these other teams and whatnot, and maybe throw in a couple of second-rounders. But in terms of first-round picks, the Cavs cannot offer a single one at the trade deadline by rule.
So it would involve probably giving up a piece, either a Coro or Levert or somebody like that to get the kind of guy that would be an upgrade, correct?
Yeah, I think so. I think any conversation around the NBA with the Cavs, obviously teams are going to say, hey, what's it going to take to get Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland? And the Cavs are going to hang up the phone very, very quickly. But of the attainable pieces, the realistic pieces, it starts with Caris LeVert. I've talked to many people around the NBA that feel like he has value because he can help a team right now and because he's on an expiring contract that's going to help some team shed some salary cap space. The Dallas Mavericks are a team to watch. They've got Tim Hardaway Jr. I know the Cavs would have interest in him. They've got Dorian Finney-Smith. They were a team that got to the conference finals last year, but they haven't backed that up this year. They might be looking for a different style player, somebody to take some of the ball handling pressure off of Luka Doncic. Maybe Caris LeVert makes some sense. You sweeten it up a little bit with Isaac Okoro, or you sweeten it up a little bit with a future second-round pick or two. And the other name to watch is Jetty Osman as well. He's still young enough where teams feel like there might be more to pull out of him, and he has a descending team-friendly contract. So those would be the 3 names that I think would come up the most if you're talking about the Cavs trying to upgrade that wing spot.